Hello, this is the Nurse Pineapple. I'm Sarah King and welcome to my kitchen. Today we are going to be making wings and some oven fries. I'm going to do sweet potato oven fries and roasted Brussels sprouts. And the wings that I'm going to be showing you how to make, we've actually been trying to perfect these for a while now, and I think we got it down to a science. But we get them so that they're crispy on the outside but still juicy on the inside. So I hope that you enjoy this today, and I'm glad to have you here.
The first thing I'm going to do is take my wings and pat them dry with a paper towel just to get the excess water off of them from thawing. And I'm going to put them on a parchment-lined baking sheet. And after I pat these wings dry, I'm going to stick them in the fridge for about an hour, and that's going to let the skin dry out. That way when we cook them in the oven, they'll be a little bit more crispy than the other option, which is more wet. Next, I'm going to take my sea salt, smoked paprika, and garlic powder and sprinkle them on top of the wings. And what I'm doing here is just sprinkling one side. And I like to do that just because we are going to be tossing them in sauce. So I don't want to over season them, but I do want a little bit of flavor while they're cooking. And you can also take a plastic bag if you want to, stick the wings in there and the seasonings that you like and just shake, shake, shake. But I'm just sticking these in the oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes, and then I'm going to flip them after the 20. I'm going to make my sauce here, 2 tablespoons of butter and my favorite Dave's garlic sauce. And we're going to set that on very low and let that cook. And while the other stuff's cooking, I'm going to slice up my sweet potatoes. I actually thought that these were regular sweet potatoes, but Central Market gave me Japanese sweet potatoes, and they're a little bit more tough. But the same method applies here. So I just slice, 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 and then make them into a little bit of a fry formation. And then stick them on a parchment-lined baking sheet with avocado oil and toss those guys up and separate them out so that they have enough room to cook instead of steam. We don't want them overcrowded. Next, I'm going to take my Brussels sprouts and have those guys and also put them on a parchment-lined baking sheet where I'll sprinkle those with some avocado oil and toss them up just like the sweet potatoes. And our wings are ready to flip, so we're going to take them out of the oven, get my tongs, and flip those guys over. And then once I flip them over, I'm going to stick them back into the oven. And because I'm making the sweet potatoes and Brussels sprouts today, I'm going to add those in the oven as well with the wings so they can start cooking. Get my oven glove and stick them in, and then also add the sweet potatoes. I put the sweet potatoes in the middle because they need to cook a little bit hotter, and then the Brussels sprouts. I'm going to cook those for about 15 more minutes. So my wings are ready to be taken out so that we can put them on the grill to finish. And I'm going to move my sweet potatoes and my Brussels sprouts up on the racks and let them go for about 10 more minutes.
Okay, so now that the wings have cooked in the oven, Brian is going to finish them off on the grill.
What's going on, pineapple heads? Surprised to see you. No, I'm just kidding. So, again, grilling. Got my enormous tongs, grilling essentials, and dad jokes.
Dad jokes.
You wanna hear it, Mom?
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea.
Dad jokes.
So we got the grill set around at pretty much almost the lowest setting, just a little bit above. It's coming in on the thermometer on top, about 300. whole purpose of this is just to basically dry these out. If anybody's ever had sloppy wings that are all, I'm not juicy, but just not as firm, just kind of sloppy in your mouth, this will help solve that problem, kind of dry them out a little bit. Not to the point where they're bone dry, but firm them up a little bit. A la kind of like ribs. If you've ever had really wet ribs and it's not your style, maybe you prefer more of a dry rub. This is kind of similar to that, where it'll dry them out a little bit before you sauce them. So we find that we like ours a little bit more well done than most people, I guess. So, get these slippery little suckers on there. And I'm gonna do about 3 to 4 minutes, really low heat. Flip them often, and kind of judgment call, probably 9 minutes maybe at most, maybe 12, but kind of quick on, quick off, just to finish them off. Oh, I just lost that one. There we go. And start our timer.
5 minutes, you said?
3.
3
We're
minutes.
at a little bit over 9 minutes. These things are nice and good and crisped up. Crisped up. So yeah, we're gonna throw them on the tray here and then do the old classic saucing method in a metal bowl, just like they do at the places where they fry them, all unhealthy like. So eat your heart out, Wingstop and B-Dubs, because these are good to go and way healthier because they're made by those hands right there on my wife. We love wings, we love B-Dubs and all those types of places. Well, really not B-Dubs anymore. They lost their step, man. I don't know, when they went corporate. But love fried wings, but these are just as good and way better. We get to pick our sauces. I hope she showed you a few of those as well, because we found some good ones. So. All right, we'll see you guys inside.
So our sauce is ready to go. Our oven fries are all done. I'm going to season those with salt and pepper. And then our Brussels sprouts are done, and so our wings, they're off the grill, and we're going to toss them in the sauce.
All right, so she showed you the Dave's, which this stuff's great, but I do need to point out they make sure they put in the non-GMO xanthan gum, which is hilarious, I think. I didn't know that was a thing, was non-GMO xanthan gum. So this has been sitting up on the skillet, as you guys saw, or sitting up on the stove, simmering a little bit. Just pour a little bit over. If you guys ever peek behind the counter at B-Dubs or Wingstop or your favorite wing location, this is pretty much how I've seen them do it. Just load them in that metal bowl and toss them around, get them sauced. That Dave's Gourmet. You know, and a thing about unhealthy ingredients, sometimes you do have to make a little bit of trade-offs. In this case, that non-GMO xanthan gum is at the bottom of the list, so it is the absolute minimum or last ingredient, the smallest amount of ingredient in there. But sometimes, you know, you got to make a little bit of trade-off for flavor. If you really something, don't make that trade-off too many times. But if you have to put it on your good food, it's totally worth it.
Cool. Thanks. Smell of it.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you get a chance to try this recipe. And if you do find it tasty and delicious, please click the like button below. And if you would like to be notified of my videos that come up every Sunday, click that subscribe button. And if you would also like to support my channel, there's links below the recipes so that you can try out some of the tools that I used today. And as always, I'm so glad to have you here and thankful for you and thankful for the good food that we can make together. And I hope to see you next week. Take care and be well. Bye-bye.